YouTube, steal my wealth building strategies and watch how quick you win. Now, before we get into it, I want to let you guys know right now, if you listen to this video, if you watch this video and you just treat it like a Hulu or Netflix show and you don't actually apply it in your life, don't expect to win. Don't expect to earn money online. Don't expect to build wealth. But if you actually you're serious about building wealth, you're serious about changing the way you earn money, you're serious about stopping the normal tradition of trading your time for money, then you need to apply these things. Okay. And these things took me over $14,000 over the past 3 years of struggling as an entrepreneur online. Yes, I've made 6 figures from one Instagram account alone with no paid ads. Yes, I've made 5 figures from a new Instagram account I just started about 10 months ago with no paid ads. But I wish I knew them when I first started. And hey, that's just the journey. You're not going to be perfect when you first start. And so I want to share these things that are going to put you ahead of the game as long as you apply them. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Number one is be aware of your time and habit stack. So I want to be very clear on this, and I'm going to put it into some context. Okay, a lot of us, when we grow up, we don't know what a habit stack is, and it's because we're not taught that. We're just we just start seeing things, and we just think it's normal to do something while we're doing another thing. For an example, imagine brushing your teeth and looking in the mirror at the same time. Most of us have that behavior, okay, without even thinking about it. All right. Most of us, when we brush our teeth, all right, you're looking in the mirror, okay? Or the water is running while you're brushing your teeth, and it's running, and you're like, okay, I'm brushing my teeth, but you're not using the water for a couple seconds, but it's still running, right? So this is called a habit stack. You're doing 2 things at one time. You're brushing your teeth and you're looking in the mirror. You don't need to, and I know it sounds stupid, but it's because it is, and it's very, very, very simple to be aware of your time. Here we go. You don't need to look in the mirror to brush your teeth, but you do need to brush your teeth in order for your teeth to be clean. Okay? When you take a shower, you're more than likely not looking in the mirror. You can see yourself, right? I know you can't see your teeth, but you do know that you're brushing your teeth and you're covering all of your teeth and whatnot, right? Now, habit stack means when you are riding in your car, don't listen to music. You're going to get ahead. Let me tell you I've had to humble myself so many times because when I'm at a red light sometimes and I hear people blasting their music and I'm listening to an audiobook and I got to turn the volume up, I'm getting ahead in life because most people think that their car is a club. Oh, yeah, let me listen to this music. You are really think about this. Somebody created a song and they're building wealth because they put something out there on the internet in the digital age. Okay. And you're streaming it and they're getting paid for the stream and you're just repeating their words that they used. How are you using your time? In car rides, guys, I used to DoorDash, but when I was DoorDashing, a lot of people will look down on DoorDashing because they're like, oh, we'll get a real job, right? But here's the thing. I was learning how to make money online as I was DoorDashing. I mean, even down to Instacart, right? I was in the grocery stores and I was listening to audiobooks, or I was in mentorship calls. Okay. I would be driving and I would be sitting at the drive-thru or walking in the restaurants and I have my headphones in. So I'm hopping out the car, I'm dropping off the food, but I'm learning. Okay. And even though in the moment I'm not like this, applying what I'm learning so I can reprogram my brain. You see, now when I get in the car is a library for me. Turn your car into a library. All right. Manage your time, habit stack. Okay. A lot of us, when we get off of work, and you sit down or you feel a little exhausted or whatnot, it's okay to feel exhausted. But this is why you want to rewire your brain. When you consume things that help you understand how to build wealth, it'll start oozing out your pores. Okay. What you consume is what you're going to put out. All right. So understand, number 2, TVs. And I heard this from Myron Golden. Shout out to Myron. All right. Myron, a couple years ago, I watched one of his videos and he's another YouTuber and he's like a 6-year-old man, super wise, preaches on Bible principles. But he mentioned that a television is not a television. It's an EIR. Hey, I don't call it TV anymore. All right. I call it an EIR. What is an EIR? An electronic income reducer. I don't know how you can get paid off of watching TV. If you found a new way, then hey, congratulations. You beat me at the game. But I don't know how you can build wealth by watching TV. And I'm not saying you can't enjoy things in life. I do watch TV. I do go to the movies, but I make sure my work is done. And it's not when I feel exhausted. It's when the work is done. All right. Another way you can habit stack are showers. Super simple. When you're taking a shower, hey, I remember when I was maybe 15 years old and my older cousin, TK, Shout out to TK if you're watching this, man. My older cousin TK, he would come over sometimes on summer nights and he would spend the night over and we would always play video games and whatnot. And one time I remember walking out my bedroom and he was taking a shower and he was listening to music. And I am not a type of man to be singing at all. Like I just don't sing. If I sing, it sounds ridiculous, but I'm just vibing in the moment. But I remember him listening to music while he was taking a shower. And I was like, yo, that's what's up. Like, you know, you vibing in the shower and stuff, man. Like, and then I started listening to music in the shower. But nowadays I'm focused on building wealth and making money online. So I don't listen to music in the shower. I listen to podcasts. I listen to people who have financial freedom. I listen to audiobooks, even while I'm getting a haircut, because I cut my own hair now. Even while I'm getting a haircut, I got something playing in my ears all the time. And don't get me wrong. Maybe you're watching this and you're thinking, well, Jay, how can I retain all that information? You just said don't binge watch this video and apply what you learn, right? Well, how can I apply all those things if I'm always consuming content, if I'm always integrating it into my brain? Well, here's the thing. A lot of the times, you got to look at it in two different ways. You got to have implementation, but you also have to have consumption. I want my brain to be full of ideas, of creativity, of enthusiasm about creating my freedom. Because why? Because the 9 to 5 will drain you from that, from being around people who are, oh, well, it's almost Friday. Bro, I don't want to be around that energy. I told y'all in the other video, I'm working a 9 to 5. Well, it's not really a 9 to 5, but it's a 4 to 9, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. It's a 5-hour shift. And I'm allowed to have headphones in my ear. I'm constantly playing wealth podcasts in my ear. Even if I don't implement all of it, guess what? I just want to consume it. So when I get off of work, I don't feel like kicking my feet up. When I get off of work, I take a 2-hour nap. I get up, I work out, I create content. I make a YouTube video. I post 3 times on Instagram, and I'm taking care of business, creating new products and making money online. That takes a lot of energy. Okay. All right. Another way you can habit stack workouts. I'm going to keep it short, sweet, and simple. Obviously, people listen to music while you work out. Train your body not to get dopamine hits by listening to music while you work out. And if you do listen to music while you work out and you're just like, Jay, that's just something I'm not willing to give up, then listen to something that doesn't have lyrics, okay? Because most of the music out here these days aren't even uplifting. I now find myself listening to, it's either movie theme songs. So like I'll look up on Apple Music like this, like literally today, still in my workout clothes. I was listening to the Rocky, I forget what it's called. It's just the playlist the playlist of the music that's in the movie. Okay, whatever that word is called. If you know what it's called, just put it in the comment section down below. But I was listening to the Rocky theme playlist. And so I felt like I was in the Rocky movie. I'm over there working out, feeling like, I gotta win. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes bring tears to my eyes sometimes because I feel that ambition and that motivation and inspiration. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I felt that listening to Future. I felt that listening to the Migos. I felt that listening to, who else is a good rapper? J. Cole. I felt that listening to Kendrick Lamar. But you got to understand that the words that they're putting in your head also have an effect on you. And I'd rather hear positivity or nothing at all. And so I just want to feel heroic. I'll play the Batman theme song soundtrack. That's what it's called, soundtracks. I'll play the Batman soundtrack before I play somebody's lyric talking about hoes, smoking weed and cars and stuff. Because you know what? It reprograms your brain to think that you feel validated by those things. Okay. And that's how people go broke, even if they're making money online. All right, I kind of went on a rant there. Let me knock out these last 2 for being aware of your time and habit stacking. Number 4, I believe, cooking. Okay, I don't like to cook. I hate to cook. I might cook 2 times a week. I like to meal prep and just make a big meal and just get it done with. But when I am cooking, I do my best to have my JBL in my living room, or not my living room, my kitchen, and I'm just playing, audiobooks. I'm playing YouTube. I got it on TV. That's how I watch TV. I watch YouTube and I watch wealth. I'm telling you guys, it will change your life. You don't have to know everything in the world. But when you change your way of thinking and how you consume content, you will change the way you interact day to day. And you will understand that it takes more than just you knowing how to sell something. It takes you being the person that attracts the wealth. Last one for being aware of your time is shopping. I think I covered this basically in Instacart, but I'm getting to that era where I'm just like, I'd rather just order my groceries and pick it up in the grocery store. in the parking lot and have him deliver it to my car. Call me lazy, but I know I'm not lazy. I just rather spend my time doing more productive things than looking for items on a shelf and standing in a line waiting to spend my money. The whole time you're in a grocery store, you can do nothing but spend your money. So I'd rather not take most time out of that. So shopping. If you do shop, if you grocery shop and whatnot, hey, put in your headphones. All right. Put them things in transparent mode. All right. Get you some soundproof headphones so you can stay focused sometimes, and put them in transparent mode so you can be aware of your surrounding. Okay. Number 2, wealth strategy number 2, so you can win quick is, and I'm going to keep this short because I'm not the one to be like trying to convince you guys to invest in yourselves, but I'm telling you, invest in yourself for one thing. And it's not to learn what to do. It's to learn what not to do. Okay. Plot twist. Learn what not to do. Jay, what do you mean by that? There is so much free information on YouTube. Hey, welcome to YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, by the way, if you're getting value. Okay. But there's so much free information out there that sometimes when you watch things and you consume things, and not even sometimes, all the time. Okay. Because as soon as you watch a video, the YouTube algorithm is going to start pushing you notifications out and let you know, hey, so-and-so dropped a new video, or hey, there's this new video that's doing this. Or when you go on your YouTube browser or whatnot, it's going to show you recommendations of people you didn't even know yet. That's how you might have found my videos. But guess what? You need to know what not to do. What not to do is way more important. Let me give you an example. A couple months ago, I invested about $500 into an options investment course. Okay. An options investment course. If you don't know what that is, that's like the stock market. Okay. Short, sweet, and simple. It's like the stock market. You put something you invest into a business, and in a couple months, or maybe, over a year or so, over some time, you'll be able to, have a return on your investment if you made a good, fair judgment. Well, there's a ton of information on YouTube out here right now that can tell you a million different strategies. Even outside of YouTube, there's people on TikTok every single day, and they're like, hey, well, this company, like most recently, they were talking about Tesla, and they were like, well, Tesla has the humanoid, and they're going to replace jobs, and he has this self-driving car. I don't care about any of that. Like, I do, but I don't. I do care about it because it's a business move, and it's going to affect my investments should I invest in Tesla. But here's another thing. I learned what not to do in that course that I paid $500 for. I learned not to pay attention to the media and people's emotions about, this is the stock you need to invest in now. That's called a trend. That's not an investment strategy. You don't make strategies off of investments, off of trends that other people talk about that you don't even know what their portfolio looks like. A portfolio is basically their wallet in the online space when it comes down to investments and assets, okay, and their net worth, okay? So I'm not listening to the loud noise. I'm looking at the management. I'm looking at the behind the scenes in the stock market for that specific business. And I learned that through investing on a course that taught me what not to do. And of course, it taught me what to do. But most importantly, it taught me what not to do. So, hey, I don't watch the news. I do research. I got excited there. I hit my desk. I do research to learn what not to do. I do research to learn about the business, but I learned what not to do by investing into myself. All right, number three on wealth building strategies so you can win quick is having a clear vision. Okay. Again, this is one of those cliche things, but I've noticed that, I forgot what the word is, but have you ever been in a moment where you might have liked a car? Maybe you like Teslas or BMWs or Mercedes or G-Wagons. Maybe you like Toyotas, whatever your favorite car is. Maybe you've realized, oh my gosh, I really like that car. Or maybe your mom, or maybe even you got a new car recently. And now when you go out on the road, you start seeing that car everywhere. I forgot what it's called, but let's just call it, I'm not going to give it a word, to be honest. I don't want to name it the wrong thing, but let's just say, okay, you start seeing that car more frequently. You feel like you're seeing that car more frequently. It feels like more people are getting that car, but that's only because your brain started picking it out because now your attention is focused on it or was focused on it. You get what I'm saying? So if you've ever had that effect where you're like, man, I keep seeing this car. It's not because more people are buying that car around you and they're like, yeah, we're all going to get the same car. No, it's your brain, your subconscious, okay? The part of your brain that you really don't have to think about doing, right? Like blinking, okay? Like blinking and breathing. You don't have to think about those things. It's the same way that you start seeing the cars that you really like and you're like, man, why do I keep seeing these cars? Okay? you need to do this with your goals and your vision. If you guys can see right now, I got my vision board. I'm not going to show you all everything, but I have showed it in the previous videos, but I have my vision board, right? This is me when the Apple Vision Pro, I'm a huge nerd at heart, by the way. When the Apple Vision Pro first came out, I woke up, it was like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I visited the Apple store just to test out the Apple Vision Pro. I knew I couldn't afford it at the time, and I knew I really want to get it because I'm a nerd at heart. Well, guess what? I have a picture of them at the Apple store. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. And I told someone, hey, take a picture of me in the Apple store testing out the Apple Vision Pro. And I just knew, hey, I'm gonna have this as a vision one day. And I put it on my vision board last month. All right. I want to live in a high-rise apartment too. I'm going to live in a high-rise apartment soon. All right. So that's my laptop, the same version laptop, but it's in the Sky Building. Okay. So you need to have your vision in front of you. Okay. Because once you start noticing these things that are in front of you, your brain, your subconscious doesn't know what's real or fake. And you want to be able to be that person who always thinks of those things that you want to attract in your life. Just like seeing that car. And really, more people aren't purchasing the car. It's just your brain keeps coming up with ways to find out about it. You get what I'm saying? All right. So we have vision board. Oh, screensavers are another thing. I'm going to try to show you. Well, my iPhone right now has Niagara Falls. I think it's a beautiful view. Me and my family visited it. Niagara Falls, maybe, I don't know, maybe over a year ago. I just thought that was beautiful. But everywhere else on my devices, I have a a screensaver of me in a Tesla. I test drove Teslas a lot within the past year, and I took a lot of videos, in Teslas. Hopefully you guys can see that. So I took a selfie picture, a POV picture of a Tesla. Okay. That's me. That's my wrist. That's my Apple Watch. Okay. And I'm envisioning me driving that thing. Okay. I got it on my iPhone right now. I got it on my laptop. I'm putting that thing in front of my face so I can pick out what it's going to be like when I actually get there. All right. I want to be mentally ready for that. All right. Now, here's when we get into the technical side of it. All right. So you guys need to listen very closely because I'm telling you, this is going to save you not a lot of time, but it's also going to multiply your efforts because it's productivity. All right. Use technology. You're using it right now. I'm not in the same room as you, but you're listening, you're learning, and hopefully you like, commented, and subscribed. Hey, if you like the video so far, go ahead and do so. Shameless plug. Let's move on. Calendar apps. That sounds so corny. I don't use the calendar app. I'd rather just write things down on my notes. Don't do that. You need to have timestamps and reminders, and you need to be more aware of how you spend your time because you will never get your time back. You can always get your money back. You can't get your time back. So, for example, you guys can see my screen right here. I'm using the standard iPhone app. I love it. I had to switch to this from Google Calendar. I used Google Calendar for years, but my subconscious started ignoring the notifications when it went off. And guess what happened? Every time a notification would go off, my brain would just be like, we'll get to it later. And so now I had to change my calendar app, like bottom line. So I used to use Google Calendar, but now I use the standard calendar app on the iPhone, and it tells me it's basically the same thing. So you can choose your preference, but you need to be aware of how you spend your time. And every day I'm not exactly, doing exactly what I'm supposed to do on the calendar, but I know I'm getting better every single day. I know I'm supposed to be getting the things done that I'm supposed to be getting done. And that's how you make sure you're intentional with your time. Otherwise, time is just going to fly by and you're not going to know how you're spending it. Another productivity app that I want to show you guys is the Focus app. Okay. The Focus app is what I use. I'm using it right now. As a matter of fact, I'm using it right now. Like if you guys heard, I'm not sure, maybe about a minute or two ago, you might've heard like a little chime. You might've heard, right? If you guys heard that tone, that is my Focus app. My Focus app, it's on my MacBook, it's on my iPad, it's on my Apple Watch, it's on my iPhone, it's on the iPhone I'm recording with. It works with iCloud, so it works among all devices simultaneously. Okay, so let's just say I'm gonna open up the Focus. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Everything that you need to do, like your daily to-dos. I don't have a to-do list because a to-do list more than likely doesn't have a timestamp on it. A lot of people say, well, I need to get this. Okay, but when and where and how long is it gonna take? And how long is it gonna take for you to get there? You need to set actual goals for you to accomplish. And you need to also be aware of how long it takes you to get there and get that goal accomplished. So I use the Focus app. I can simply type in my task for the day. All right. So after these YouTube videos I'm going to create for you guys, I have to verify and transfer. Oh, my finger was on the button. All right. So I have to verify and transfer my E-Trade money because I'm getting into another app for my stock investment and options investments and my savings accounts. That's for a whole nother video though. Just know that I recently learned that, hey, it might sound like old news, but I didn't know at a certain time, okay, that having a standard savings account in these banks that, you know, the US has, they don't give you the highest interest rate returns per year. And when you have your money in a high yield savings account, you're able to get a lot more interest per year should you leave your money in your savings account. And it also allows you to trade or invest in the stock market from one app. So I'm going to transfer some money from my bank into the E-Trade app, and that's what we're doing. But I need to know how much time it's going to take me. So when I start working on it, I'm going to click that button and it says start working. And then it's going to set a 20-minute timer. It's going to set a 20-minute timer, just like this. It's going to set a 20-minute timer. And when that 20 minutes is up, it's going to ring and be like, hey, it's going to stop all my screens on my Apple devices. And it's going to be like, did you finish it yet? And then if I say no, it's going to add 5 minutes. See, that chime that you guys just might have heard, you might have heard it. I got this mic, so it might not pick it up. But if you did hear the chime, like I'm recording YouTube videos right now. I just set a 20-minute timer. This video is now 21 minutes long, but I just set a 20-minute timer. See, there we go. It just did it again. All right, so I just set a 20-minute timer to start doing videos, and I'm like, okay, well, I need to be reminded what I'm supposed to be doing. So if the 20 minutes is up, and then it's going to be like, okay, well, are you done with this task yet? And I'm like, no. And if I say no, it's going to add 5 more minutes to the task and check it back up on me in 5 minutes. I find this super, super, super productive. And I've been to the point in my business, in my life, where I'm like, man, I don't need this thing anymore. You know, I'm to the point where I'm making enough money online where I don't have to work a 9 to 5. And, you know, I made about 6K this month. So, you know, I should be good. You know, I worked hard and I don't need this little focus app thing. And every time I stopped using it, I lost focus. So yeah, that's just me being honest. Okay. Next app. This is a great app. It's called Auto Sleep. It's called Auto Sleep. Now it did cost me money. I think it was like $5, but it's a one-time $5 investment. So at the end of the day, let me show you how the Sleep app works. Actually, I don't have it on this phone. It's on the phone I'm recording with right now, but I'll show you on my Apple Watch real quick. The Auto Sleep app tracks your sleep. So if you have an Apple Watch, this is really great for you because when you lay down and when you go to sleep, let's just say you take a random nap, it's able to track when you're sleeping. It knows your heart rate. Obviously, it knows, hey, is there noise around you? Have you woken up? Have you moved around? Is the TV on? Do you snore? What is the quality of your sleep? If you're short on sleep, then it tells you how much sleep depth you have. And it's just an amazing app. So it fills up like rings, just like your Apple Watch with activity. I'm going to try to show y'all to the best of my ability. As you see my Apple Watch screen right now, those yellow rings that are like almost filled up is my sleep for the past 24 hours. I took like a 4-hour nap before I got up and did my workout today. And I was just knocked out. Like I had like 3 hours of sleep last night. I worked 5-hour shift this morning and I thought I was going to be able to knock everything out, but that wasn't the case. I like crashed out. So anyways, took a 4-hour nap and my rings almost got filled up. I'm going to sleep later on tonight and cool. It's going to tell me like how close I am to my sleep goal. Why? Well, because you need to have your mind sharp as possible, at least. All right. Next app, Sober app. Sober app. Let me see if I have it on this phone. I'll explain it real quick. The Sober app, if you have any bad habits, so it's called I Am Sober. It's called I Am Sober. Let me show y'all. It looks like this. Okay. Sober app. It's called I Am Sober. It's right there. Okay. I Am Sober. All right. Now, if you have any bad addictions, okay, this can be literally TV. This can be video games. This can be listening to music. And I know that doesn't sound like a bad addiction, but again, if you're not learning how to build wealth, well, guess how you're spending your time? You're wanting to be entertained. You might as well be watching TV. What else are you doing? If you have any addictions, like even down to pornography, like you're just able to type in the tasks that you know are detrimental to your success, even if it's like you're addicted to scrolling on Instagram. It will, like when you put those tasks in and you're like, well, I know I'm addicted to this. I know I have a habit of this. Like every day it'll follow up with you and be like, hey, did you relapse? And if you say no, then it's like, okay, cool. You got this many streaks down on you or whatever. And it's really cool to build up because you're able to see how much time you actually saved. Because the app will ask you, well, if you did this action, how long did it take you? And you're like, maybe an hour. So every time that you tell the sober app, no, I didn't do it today, then guess what? By, let's just say 2 weeks, it'll be like, hey, you saved 10 hours of time by not doing this. And it makes you feel so good. And I'm like, yo, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't played my video game. I haven't played my PS5 in about, I don't know, man. It might be like a month and a half to maybe 2 months and some change. Maybe longer than that, to be honest with you. Okay, next app, the iPhone screen time widget. Now, I really don't think I have it on this phone. But just know that the screen time widget allows you to see how much time you are spending on each individual app on your iPhone. Why is this important? Again, you need to be aware of how you're spending your time. All right, each app has its own purpose, but I've used this and it's not really something where it's like, okay, well, did I have this habit today? Like, no. It's more like, damn, I spent like 3 hours on Instagram. Now I work on Instagram. I know I'm not scrolling on Instagram, but for you guys who haven't started working on Instagram and making money online, you need to be aware of those things. Definitely need to be aware of those things. I'll show you how it looks real quick. Okay, I just added it to my iPhone screen. I really got to update my phone because it's not wanting to show me the latest information. Cool. Just know, okay, I'm just going to show y'all how to find it in your settings because it's not showing up on my phone. Okay, so you want to go to, obviously, your settings, and then you want to scroll down to screen time right there. Okay, you want to hit screen time. And then now it'll let you know some data on the apps that you're spending the most time on and whatnot. So there you have it. Okay. You're knowing how you spend your time. So for those of you who are like, well, time is tight. I'm working this many jobs and I'm working this long. Well, guess what? You're also on your phone looking at your screen. I'm pretty sure you're not working on that. Okay. You got to be real with yourself. All right. Last but not least. Okay. This is a very valuable video. I hope you guys are paying attention. All right. So last but not least, number 5, steal my wealth building strategies that literally save you time. Okay. So watch how quick you win. Number 5. Make non-productive habits hard to do and productive habits easy to do. Here's an example. My PS5, I'd let you know I'm on like a 2.5 month streak, more than likely. I don't know how many days. It's just easy for me not to play it anymore. And let me tell you why. Every time that I got done playing my PS5, well, for one, I don't have a yearly subscription on no PS5 membership. They're not about to get my money like that, okay? Imagine you paying for oil changes for the next 5 years and you only get one at a time for every, 10,000 miles or so. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. And if you do, hey, let me know. But every time you get an oil change for your car, I'm pretty sure that you just get one oil change worth and you just give them what you paid for and you go along until you need more oil or before you need more oil and you go back to them. Why would I pay a membership to dedicate my future time for the next 365 days into a membership for a video game for me to play online and waste time for the next year? Why would I do that? So if I ever did play video games, I only paid the $10 a month PlayStation, whatever it's called, PlayStation Plus membership where I can play online. So it was really easy for me to stop playing online because I knew I didn't have future money invested in it. That little $10, I'm like, man, let me lock my card, cancel. Boom. There we go right there. Okay. Now, let me tell you, with that PS5 subscription, what I would also do, guys, is when I was done playing, number one, I wouldn't charge my controllers when I finished playing video games. There's no need to. Why? Because that just means it's going to be easier for you to play longer next time. I'd rather have my batteries go dead and me be like, oh man, dang it, man, I got to go up to the TV screen. And then it just makes it like unattractive for me to go up to the TV screen and charge my controllers. Okay. My controller is not going to make me money. I'm not going to treat it like my phone or my Apple Watch or my laptop. Number 2, every time I finish playing video games on the PS5, I would unplug the PS5, coil up the cord, get my TV. Actually, I would get my monitor, which is right here, and it has dust on it, and I keep it in this corner near my work desk. And my PS5 is actually in my bedroom, and I don't even see it. My TV doesn't even have the cords plugged up into it. my HDMI looks like this. My power cord to my PS5 is probably in a book bag somewhere. So I get all the different components to the PS5 and I put them in separate spots. What does this do? Well, when I have the urge of playing a video game and being entertained and getting dopamine hits, but it's not making me money, well, it's hard for me to get started. My friends might put me in a group chat and be like, yo, Jay, hop online. And believe me, I love playing video games, but I also love making money. So guess what? I separate them things like the Infinity Stones on Avengers. And it's just hard for me to be like, okay, well, let me get my HDMI. Let me get my dusty, display. Let me get my PS5. Oh man, I got to do an update. Oh, here's another thing. I forget the Wi-Fi before I unplug the PS5 too. So now when I plug up my PS5, I'm going to be like, oh man, what's the Wi-Fi password? By all them steps that I have to do you really think I'm going to want to play a video game? No, I'm not. So guess what? I don't play and it's easy for me not to play anymore. That is an example of making a non-productive habit hard to do and productive habits easy to do. Now let's talk about productive habits real quick. Okay. Productive habits. Number one, you only want to follow people you can learn from. A long time ago, I learned this lesson. Don't be following females on social media. If you're a female, don't be following the attractive guys on social media, except for me. Okay. Except for me, because you're going to learn from me. Ooh. Shoot. And I got dust in my eye from my TV. It's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. Don't watch TV series. Okay. Every time. And I still sometimes fall in this trap, man. So it's something that I'm still working on. But I haven't watched the TV series in a while. I think the last show I watched was Snowfall. And I just ended up binge watching it because I hate waiting for the next episode. This is not Snoop and Dre, okay? I don't need to wait for the next episode, okay? I just want to get to the end of the story. So I found myself watching the series, binge watching it, falling asleep on it, and not caring about what episodes I missed just to end up getting to the end of the point. But I wasted a lot of time. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not perfect, but I don't watch series. Whenever I see a series and it's like, hey, yo, what's coming out next Wednesday? Like I started watching the Aaron Hernandez series a couple weeks ago, but I haven't watched it in 2 weeks. And it's been releasing one episode every Wednesday. And I'm just like, bro, I don't care. I don't care. I'm just going to look up a news article to see what happened. You know what I'm saying? I guess he murdered somebody. Okay. I don't need to be wasting 20 to 30 hours over the next month over Aaron Hernandez. And he ain't going to help me become financially free. All right. Let's hit maybe one or two more productive habits that you're making easy to do. If you can, have one device for one purpose. What do I mean by that? Well, this is my personal iPhone. This is what my family, my mom, damn it, my family dog has. Okay. They all know me from this phone. This phone is strictly for work. Nobody contacts me on that. They don't have the number to that. They got the number to this. This Apple Watch is tethered to this phone, not my personal phone. I don't need an Apple Watch for my personal phone when my friends are hitting me up, sending me funny videos. My brother's sending me funny videos. My girl is sending me relatable videos. My friends are hitting me up asking me, hey man, what you doing this week and all of this? Yeah, well, guess what? I've talked to millionaires. I've been in mentorships. I've had the pain of going broke. I've had the pain of not feeling understood. I've had the pain of working hard and feeling like I don't have enough time. I don't want to feel that again. So guess what? I'm going to increase my focus. My iPad is my notepad. Okay. Sometimes I do watch TV on this from time to time, but let me tell you, when I watch Hulu or Netflix or whatever I'm watching on this iPad, the battery on this thing sucks. Okay. It's an iPad mini. It sucks. It don't even last long. I'm charging it right now as we're doing this video. Okay. There's only but so long I can watch. You know what I'm saying? My laptop, guess what? It's for work. I don't even use Google. I use Google Chrome for productivity. I use Google Chrome for my business. I use Google Chrome to upload my YouTube videos. I don't use Google Chrome to watch Netflix. When I do watch Netflix and Hulu, I use a whole different browser. Why? It's not because I'm saying I'm going to buy a whole nother laptop. And I do. And I'm not trying to flex on you guys. It's just not here right now. I'm not trying to flex. I actually got that laptop for free because my college a couple years ago gave away laptops. They had some Apple program. That's the only reason I have it. And yeah, like you just gotta be wise with the devices that you use too, because the same device you get distracted on, it's gonna be very easy for you to get distracted on in the future because it just feels different, right? I mean, or excuse me, it just feels familiar. So, for example, have you ever gotten a new phone or you know what? Have you ever gotten the phone that you have now and gotten a new phone case and you got a nice clean screen protector maybe, and you're like, man, it just feels like a new phone. You know, just give me that new fresh look without having to spend $1,200 on a new phone. You know, it just gives you that new feeling. You're like, man, look at my new phone, man. You know, you want to take some pictures and stuff. You just hold it a little differently. You know, you place it down on the table a little elegantly. Okay. That's because the nature of your phone changed. Well, guess what? If you can, get a whole nother device just to use for that purpose. And guess what? Now it's going to be easier for you to stay focused whenever you pick up that device. All right. And last but not least, make productive habits easy to do. Lay out your clothes for the next day or the next activity. When I get off of my work from working a 5-hour shift from 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., I have 9 times out of 10 already have my gym workout clothes ready so I can eat lunch or breakfast and I can go ahead, go to the gym, work out, and I will have my, I'll have some nicer clothes that I can put on after I take a shower or whatnot. But at the end of the day, you just want to have everything kind of easily laid out so you can stay in a process that keeps you productive. All right. But those are my things that, those are my wealth building strategies that I wish I knew when I first started. And I know if you apply these things that you'll be able to attain, if you have the right strategy with making money online, that you'll be able to gain online wealth and wealth a lot easier because you're a lot more knowledgeable on how you're spending your time and your efforts and your energy and your resources. All right. And if you want to learn how to make money online with Instagram without doing paid ads, without even having your own products, guys, there's a link in the description down below that you can attend, and you just click it and you'll just have the resources that I show you how to make money online, and you don't have to trade your time for money for it. Okay. But it's not a get rich quick thing. It's something that you got to put in work for. But obviously you made it to the end of this video, so you're not lazy. You're actually willing to learn. Anyways, that is it. That is all. I'll see you guys on the next YouTube episode. Peace. I'm out.